Welcome to another episode of Minesweeper Mastery, where we continue to solve evil difficulty puzzles on Minesweeper Online using the no guessing mode, which guarantees that there is no luck involved and everything can be solved using logic. As I solve the puzzle, I will try to explain my thought process, but if you find a situation which has no explanation and you would like to know how I ended up figuring things out, just drop the comment below and I will get back to you. Right, so our starting position allows us to move somewhat fast. We're using some patterns from previous episode. I will sometimes just skip explaining those, and sometimes I will try to reiterate them. But for now, I'm trying to speed things up a bit so that we don't end up with another 20-minute video, when the puzzles usually can be solved in a matter of less than 10 minutes. Probably my explanations take some extra time for me to concentrate on them. But yeah, as we opened up quite a bit of area already, I can probably start making more comments on the moves that I make. But for now, everything seems to be quite easy and should be understandable. So far so good, haven't encountered any difficult situation, but that can easily change. So, looking at this small section, 4 already has 3 bombs near it, so 1 bomb must be here, and this satisfies 3, which also has 3 bombs, makes these 2 squares empty. Looking at this small section, there is no bomb in this square, because if there was, 2 is satisfied, these 2 squares become empty, and this 3 has not enough bombs surrounding it. So just continue opening things up. Again, we're in a situation where there's a lot of stuff to be opened, which does not require any hard thinking. Everything is plain and easy. So let's try not making any stupid mistakes, like clicking on a bomb, trying to put a flag. Right, so we are like almost half the board done and haven't really encountered anything too difficult. This can be both good and bad. The good part is that we're doing really great on time, but the bad thing is that something very difficult awaits us in the future, that's for sure. There is no way an evil difficulty puzzle can be this easy. So let's just wait and see when we need to stop and start thinking really hard. For now, we can still continue doing our own thing. Looking at this small section, 3 already has 2 bombs, which means there is only 1 bomb amongst these 2 squares, and this 4 requires 2 more, so they are right here. These 2 bombs don't help us too much right now, but hopefully they can help us in the future. This section now with 4 and 2, this 4, having 3 bombs already, has its final bomb amongst these 2 squares, satisfies these 2, and makes these 3 squares all empty. But does not allow us to proceed with this section. Although there is like one more square that we can open. So if we get back to this 4, it has its 4th bomb right over here, which satisfies this 4 and makes this square empty. And this allowed us to open it up fully. Alright, so remember from last episode, we encountered this situation quite a bit of times, 1, 2. So the square to the right cannot have a bomb. And this situation, I think, also was explained a few times. These 3 squares are empty. Because there is one bomb amongst these 2 squares, the second bomb of the 2 must be right here. Right, let's see. This 3 already has 2 bombs and makes this square to be empty, because if there was a bomb, these 2 squares become empty and this 2 is not satisfied. Alright, what else can we find? It seems that we are approaching inevitable moment where we need to stop and think really, really hard. Okay. This is something that I didn't notice right away, but we can easily open it up. So probably can finish this left side section without any issues. Yep. Alright, so this one huge block left. Let's see what it takes. There is no bomb over here, otherwise this 2 won't be satisfied. And that's pretty much it right here. Not much we can do there. Nothing in this section. Not much in this one either. Nothing here really can do anything, so something must be on this right side section. Let's see. There is one bomb over here. One bomb amongst these. 2 over here. 1 over here. Something we must find over here. So let's think, like, one of the bombs is over here. And what we can check whether any of the bombs can be in these 2 squares. So let's say the bomb in this right bottom square. Can any of these squares have a bomb as well? If there was, these are all empty and 3 is not satisfied. If this is a bomb amongst these 2, can any of these be a bomb? I think not, because if there is a bomb here and here, this one's empty, this one's empty, this one's empty. Again, 3 has no bombs left for it, which means these 2 squares are empty. And we know that one bomb is amongst these 2 squares, which opens up this one. Again, this 2, one bomb here, second over here. One bomb here for 3 to have its 3rd bomb must be over here. And looks like that was the main part of this puzzle. turned out to be not as difficult as the previous one. Hopefully won't make any mistakes at this ending stage. So just following the bumps, or maybe we will need to stop for a bit. Seems like kind of same situation as we had here. Let's see if we need to think here as well. Seems like it, right? No, there is a 2 which allows us to open this one. 6. Yeah, thankfully there was already enough open stuff on the board. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for staying with me this far, and I'll see you next time.